Okay, good morning and welcome to Iyun with Benzion, the one and only Iyun share on YouTube. You're not going to find a different Iyun share on YouTube. Surely not on Daf Yomi. Surely not 8 to 10 minutes of real Iyun and a Chiddush. Usually, I don't just say raid what other Rishonim and Acharonim say. I say my own stuff, my own questions, my own answers, based in the Rishonim and Acharonim and the words of the Gemara. Most importantly. So, if you're wondering how you're going to get your hespik, your fulfillment, your allotment of Ian analyzation of Daf Yomi, it's going too fast. You don't seem to have any depth in your learning. Tune in right now. Listen to what I'm about to say. I offer this share every day. If you feel like you're just getting a surface level understanding of Daf Yomi, maybe you want to check this share out because you're going to get, not maybe, you definitely should check this share out because you're going to get the keys to a Chiddush and the keys to understanding how to learn a little bit Iyun. Wouldn't that be something? Learning Daf Yomi and also learning Iyun on that Daf Yomi. I mean, you're pretty much way ahead of every yeshiva and Avreich, yeshiva man and Avreich man of the world, a younger man. You're an Avreich, 40-year-old Avreich of the Mir. You get ahead of him. You learn a Daf a day and you learn Iyun. You can't get it anywhere else. Only on YouTube, only with Benzion Lane. Subscribe, check it out. Like, here we go. Here's the Chiddush for today. The Gemara leaves off. The Mishnah on Mem Aleph says, the bottom Mishnah on Mem Aleph says, Yevamos lo tachos yabem ad sheyesh la shalosh chadashim. A woman can't do Yom Chalitza, right? Her husband dies, so now she's waiting the Yavam. You have to wait 3 months before you do Yom Chalitza. There's a new halacha. We found that about now. Why is that? So the Gemara explains on top of Mem Aleph and Beis. Bishlam says Yabim Shem Yevla ben Kayam b'Kapal Rabbi Isra Eish Safta. Right, so Yibum is not applicable. Can't do Yibum because until 3 months we don't know if she's pregnant. Once 3 months pass, we know she's either pregnant or not pregnant. If she's pregnant, so there's no mitzvah of Yibum or Chalitza, right? If you had a child, your brother, you can't marry her Eish Safta. If she didn't have a child, then you could do Yibum. But since a suffix, and maybe can violate Isra Kares, maybe she is pregnant and from the first husband. So therefore, we have a problem. You can't do Yibum. Why can't you do Chalitza? The Gemara doesn't explain why you can't do Chalitza. The Gemara finally does explain why you can't do Chalitza based on a statement of Rabbi Yossi. Rabbi Yossi was a Tana. He says, Im lo yachbot hayim chavet. The Torah says, Im lo yachbot. It's talking about the parsha of Yibum. If he doesn't want to do Yibum, the Torah says, Yel Chalitza. It implies Ha'im Chafetz Yabim. If he wants to, it's his choice. He wants to Yibum, he can do it. If he wants to Chalitza, he can do Chalitza. Kol Oli Yibum, Oli Chalitza. V'chol She'ena Oli Yibum, Ena Oli Chalitza. Implied from the pasuk only if it's applicable to do Yibum, meaning he has a choice. He can do Yibum, then he can do Chalitza. Chalitza is applicable. If Yibum, if not, it's not applicable over here. He can't do it because it's a suffix whether he can violate Isra Kares. So therefore, he's not allowed to do Chalitza also, and that's really the reason why you can't. The Mishnah says you can't do Yibum or Chalitza. The Gemara asks a question on this, and the Gemara finishes off with a statement. The Gemara says, even if Eliyahu would come and tell you, right, that she's not pregnant from the first husband, would we still allow you to do Yibum? This is a blanket statement in our Mishnah. Even if she's a Ketana, Ketana is not possible to conceive. She can't have a child, and she is eligible for Yibum. We don't allow the man to do Yibum. Even though she's definitely not pregnant, and there's no chance of Eish Ach, right? There's definitely mitzvah of Yibum, no problem of Eish Ach. We don't allow her to Yibum. So therefore, no Yibum, no Chalitza. So what's the reason no Yibum? It makes sense. It makes sense, like the Gemara says, there were no Yibum in a case where there's a problem of Suffolk Eish Ach. But here, the child is not, she's not going to have a child over here. Or if Eliyahu would come, even if she's a Gdol, and now would come, she's not pregnant, and we believe Eliyahu. So why can't you do Yibum over here? You should be able to do Yibum. That's the Gemara doesn't ask the answer really to that question. I'd like to suggest an answer. This line in the Gemara, is quoted oftentimes in this Masechta. It's quoted here. I'll see the Masorah Shas is quoted on Daf Gimel Manal, Daf Chav Manal, Lam Vav Manal, and Lakaman, or later on Mem Dalam Manal. There's 5 times this line is quoted in the Gemara. This is the 4th time. If you look in those places in the Gemara, sometimes the Gemara brings the pasuk. Imlo Yachbos Hayim Chavetz Yabim. It has an introduction. It brings the pasuk. Imlo Yachbos Hayim Chavetz Yabim. So it depends. If he has a choice of you, then he can do Chalitza. Kol Oli, and then the Gemara ends up Kol Oli, all the Chalitza. But this line, Mazar Shaz is quoting not the first part of the pasuk of this statement, the second part. Kol Oli, all the Chalitza. And a couple times in the Gemara, I believe in Daf Gimel and Daf Lamed Vav, the Gemara doesn't quote the pasuk. It just says Kol Olivim Ol Chalitza. It doesn't say Im Lo Yachbo Time Yachav It's Yabim. It doesn't say the source Kol Olivim Ol Chalitza. I want to say that there's maybe two dinim in the brisker, like say two dinim. There's two different ways of this applying this halacha. Whenever the Gemara says Hayim Lo Yachbo Time Chafetz Yabim, the Gemara is telling you something additional to Ol Olivim Ol Chalitza. It's telling you a reason, and it's midaraisa. Meaning the din of kol yibam al chalitza could be a derabanan reason. If there's no yibam, technically there's no chalitza, and it could be a daraisa reason. Which here it has to be a daraisa reason because we're thinking it's only safek kares, ishzach safek kares. It's a daraisa reason. For example, Rashi himself, Elisha the Rabbi Yossi, he asks on this problem. We normally say kol yibam al chalitza. We find plenty of times in the Gemara, in the Mishnayos. Sometimes they say chalitza kol misyamo to do chalitza. Even where it's ineligible to yibam, why do you have to do chalitza if there's no potential to yibam, no potential to do chalitza? So the answer to that question is that when the reason is derabanan, and there's a technical reason derabanan you can't do yibam, so therefore technically you can do chalitza. Because it's only when it's doraisa, then we preclude the reason of chalitza legamre. And here also, the reason being that the man can't do yibam within 3 months, even if she's a kana, he can't do it because it's the nature of a man, nature of human beings, right? The nature of human beings. It's not that because he might marry Eishes Ach, might be the child is viable to marry Eishes Ach. The nature of human beings is that they should wait 3 months. Well, they would want to wait 3 months, like Im Chafetz, he wants to, right? Here he doesn't want to do Yibam. He doesn't want to do. It's not because he can't do Yibam. It's not Eishes Ach. The nature of people is they don't want to get married in 3 months because they want to know who's the daddy, who's your daddy. They want to know who the father is. They want to make sure that the child that's born to their wife, their new wife they're taking, is actually their child, not the child of their brother. They want to know who their child belongs to. Are they the biological father of their child or not? And that's why they quote over here, Chafetz is din d'oraisa. He doesn't want, it's not because Chazal said it's safek kares. The whole din when the Gemara says that you can't do yibam is he doesn't want to do yibam. He doesn't want to do yibam because more than like there's a problem Eishes Ach, like Tana, there's no problem Eishes Ach. Even like Tana, it's the human nature. It's human nature that would apply even to Tana. You don't want to get married in 3 months because you want to know that you're the father. Even if by Tana, where you know you're going to be the father, still it's part of human nature. So they made a blanket statement. Human nature is Chaim Chafetz Yabim, Lo Chafetz Yabim. He has to have a desire. Chafetz, his desire, the person's desire. He has to have, if he has the ability and the desire. He has a desire to do yibam, then it's eligible for chalitza. But if he has no desire, in this case, within 3 months, human nature is not to have a desire to do yibam, because the possibility he won't know who the child is, not because it's shakare, so therefore he's ineligible for chalitza. We don't allow him to do chalitza because it's only dependent on if he has desire to do yibam. If there's no desire to yibam, it's not eligible for chalitza. I hope you enjoyed today's share. See you. I give a share also in Mishnah Yomi or in Masach Kilayim. Check it out. Coming up right after this.